Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and ruin some of your most iconic Bollywood movies. I'm going to tell you about some of the most iconic Bollywood movies which actually are copies. So brace yourselves and let's go ahead and take a look. So first up, we've got the movie Judwaa. Yes, the movie by David Dhawan starring Salman Khan. So this is hilarious right now, and wait for it. So Judwaa is a remake of the 1994 Nagarjuna Telugu movie Hello Brother. Or is it? Is it really a copy? Well, what's funny is that Hello Brother itself is a copy of the Jackie Chan movie Twin Dragons. And while Judwaa does scene-to-scene copies of Hello Brother,
बोले ताला लाला आप कंधा लेके जाओ इसने बागा प्रैक्टिस చేయండి उल्टा नहीं तो भाग देता अगर डाल ले जाओ डंबल के टूट उठ
Hello Brother does scene-to-scene copies of Twin Dragons too. And here are a few examples.
Hey boy, they're all waiting.
Forget
We
about
don't
that.
have enough time.
అవును ఇదేమిటి మళ్ళీ డ్రెస్ ఇక్కడేగా బయట ఉన్నా లోపలికి ఎప్పుడు వచ్చావు బట్టలు ఎప్పుడు ఇప్పావు
చెప్పుకో చూద్దాం चले बंदिया पानी में रहे
सुनो मुझे फिर से
क्या हो गया है तेरे को अभी तो मरा
Interestingly, this movie has been remade in Kannada and Bengali as well. Who would have thought? A 1992 Jackie Chan Chinese movie would have been made in 4 Indian languages. Up next, you've got one of the most iconic Bollywood comedies, Munna Bhai MBBS. Yup, you heard me right. Munna Bhai MBBS is loosely based on the Hollywood movie Patch Adams starring Robin Williams. While the overall plot and treatment is still very different, a lot of the subplots and themes are copied. Patch Adams has a theme which is much darker but still has that light comedy feel. So in Patch Adams they show that Robin Williams develops suicidal thoughts and admits himself into a mental institution. There he notices the patients are treated as subjects. Yes, the same subject if you remember Anand Bhai from Munna Bhai.
सब्जेक्ट कुछ भी महसूस नहीं कर सकता।
सब्जेक्ट बोले तो नाम नहीं क्या?
आनंद बैनर्जी है इनका।
So well, they are treated as subjects and not through pure emotions. He begins to start an approach where patients are treated more emotionally and in a more humane way, but his biggest enemy is the college's dean, who believes, wait for it, you can't befriend your patients.
Patients don't need a friend, they need a doctor.
Remember that scene in Munna Bhai?
मैं डॉक्टर नहीं, एक दोस्त बनकर उनकी मदद करना चाहती हूँ।
We are not here to make friends. मैंने अपने 25 साल के करियर में किसी पेशेंट से दोस्ती नहीं की।
Well, the movie ends with Robin Williams' ways working out and the college and the state eventually accepting his ways. So though the overall subplots, characters, backstories and the overall plot to quite an extent have been very well adapted in the Indian context, the kind of crux of the story still remains the same and a lot of the elements, a lot of the characterization still remains the same. Next up, you have a movie that made Ayushmann Khurrana a star, a movie that was a very fresh concept, a one of its kind comedy concept, which is basically Vicky Donor. And yes, it is a copy. So now this is very interesting. So a movie had come out in 2013 called Delivery Man, with its plot very similar to that of Vicky Donor. And a lot of people also believed that this was Hollywood making a remake of Vicky Donor, which released in 2012. While in reality, Vicky Donor itself is loosely based on the French-Canadian film Starbuck, and Starbuck is what Delivery Man is based on. In Starbuck, they show that the actor already is a sperm donor and people find out that someone has fathered 533 children and now want to know his identity. And no surprises, this is the main character, David. In this, they show that he has a girlfriend who's pregnant too, but the movie basically is about him trying to hide his identity or keep it from coming out, and he eventually embraces it. While Vicky Donor, on the other hand, really Indianizes things and builds a very real and believable world around this, layered with different Indian elements and subplots and the overall intercultural behavior between Bengalis and Punjabis, it still can't be disregarded that this actually is fairly heavily inspired from Starbuck. Next up, you've got Rohit Shetty's most iconic comedy, Golmaal. Yes, I'm not kidding, Golmaal is actually a copy. So while Golmaal is inspired from the Malayalam movie Kaka Koyil, which was made in 2001, this then was remade in Telugu in 2002 and Tamil in 2005, and eventually Golmaal was based on this in 2006. In the originals, however, it's 2 people who enter the house of the blind couple versus 4 that enter in Golmaal.
इसे 4-4 भी दिख रहे हैं अब।
चाल तूने क्या मिक्स किया है पांडुरंग? बता तू क्या पी के आया है?
The backstories also of the 4 characters are different and a few plot points also change, but the overall crux still remains the same. Next up, you've got one of the most iconic Bollywood romantic movies by Aditya Chopra, Mohabbatein. Now, Mohabbatein, an iconic Indian romantic movie, is actually, in fact, partly inspired by Dead Poets Society, which actually isn't a romantic movie. It actually has a very different message to deliver, but follows a similar narrative. In Dead Poets Society, you have a strict dean, played by Norman Lloyd, and a carefree, inspiring, cool teacher, played by Robin Williams, who challenges him. The methods, actions, and all of that are similar, just that in Dead Poets Society, the motive is larger, questioning authority and being free, whereas in Mohabbatein, it is love. And last up on this list, you've got one of the most iconic Bollywood comedies out there. Yup, Hera Pheri.
हेलो बाबूराव है? नहीं दैवी प्रसाद है बोल साला रख दिया तो भी बात करता है.
Yes, you heard me right there. Hera Pheri is a copy. Hera Pheri, in fact, is a copy of the Malayalam movie Ramji Rao Speaking, which itself is inspired by the Hollywood movie See the Man Run. Ramji Rao Speaking came out in 1989, which was based on See the Man Run, which came in 1971, and eventually Hera Pheri was made in 2000. However, Ramji Rao Speaking has not been heavily inspired by the original. See the Man Run has a different sort of a plot line. It's basically about one man and his wife, both of whom are broke, and it's also not a comedy. The Malayalam Hindi versions have definitely really Indianized the whole concept and given it a whole new twist. But nevertheless, it's still an inspired concept.
तेरे को कुछ लगा वगा नहीं तो फिर इतना जोर से काहे को चिल्ला रहा है? स्टाइल है बाबू भैया राजू का स्टाइल. ये बाबूराव का स्टाइल है.
Well, here's a list of some of the most iconic movies which you had no idea were copies. There are many more out there, and if you know any, then please go ahead and drop in a comment. Also, if you'd like me to talk about a certain topic, then go ahead and drop in a comment as well. I hope you liked this video, and well, if you did, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more interesting content. Cheers, and I'll see you soon.